What's up guys, welcome to the Daily Refinement. In today's video I'm going to ask you guys, should I call it quits? There's actually 3 stages of reselling in my opinion, and I'm sort of in between stage 2 and 3. So I'm going to go over the stages right now. You let me know in the comment section below where you're at and where you want to be, because everyone is different. So stage 1 is where you do this at home. The profit margin is going to be the highest because you really have no expenses. You're doing it at home. You're doing all the work yourself. You have no contractors, no overhead really, other than cost of goods sold. So if you're buying the items for really cheap, selling items for let's say $100, $50 or more might be profit because you have very, very little expense. This is doing stuff literally in your house, in your apartment, in your condo. And I think that the total profit margin is going to be about $0 to $5,000. Plenty of people make a full-time living just at home doing it all by themselves. Really, really high profit margins, and they don't need to sell that many items to make it work. Stage 2 is where you don't want to only do it inside your house, so you might start expanding to a garage, maybe a 2-car garage, 3-car garage, or maybe you go into a storage unit. When you guys first started watching my channel in 2017, I was operating out of like a 3,000 square foot house. I didn't like that as much as moving to a storage unit. I've been in a storage unit now for many years and I really like it. And also some people go with the outside shed. So I know some people in their backyard. I have a backyard now. I could put a shed back there and sort of feel like I'm leaving my house and going to work. And usually at this level you can afford a little bit more help. So maybe you have a couple of contractors helping you on site. Maybe you're the type of reseller that uses a virtual assistant. I've tried both of those. This is sort of stage 2. Your profit margin drops a lot because now maybe you're hiring some help. Your storage unit or garage or outside shed's going to start costing a little additional money. Most people never transition. They just stay operating at home, doing everything alone because their profit margin stays high. Your profit margin is going to drop once you start adding a few more complexities to it. Now, you could be really, really efficient and get closer to the 50% margin, but typically people are in the 20% margin once they start expanding. This profit is going to be between $5,000, which is a full-time living, and $30,000 a month, which I consider like an executive level income, where you're making $350,000 a year or more. I'm sort of at the higher end of this and deciding, should I move from storage unit to a warehouse, hire more employees versus contractors? Because right now, because of where I live, it's very difficult to bring on employees unless you're charging or you're paying more than $25 an hour, which means you really have to crunch. You have to move a lot of items. So I'm not just selling a lot of items because I want to. I have to in order to afford people in the Bay Area where I live. Land is also a lot more expensive. So I'm trying to think, should I just call it quits at stage 2? Spend my time doing something else, or do I want to go all in and do stage 3 and operate at a huge disadvantage over other resellers that are in the Midwest or in areas that have a lot less cost for warehouse? Because I'm paying essentially $2 to $3 a square foot and I'm paying $25 an hour. I'm competing against people who are spending 50 cents a square foot and they're paying $7 an hour for their employees. So very, very different between stage 2 and stage 3. I know plenty of resellers here, and they're really, in my opinion, it's not worth it to go through this big headache unless you're going to make a ton of money. So if you're making more than $1,000 a day profit, go for it. In my opinion, get a warehouse, get employees. I see plenty of people in the warehouse and employees area that are not making this much money, and I feel like that is totally not worth it. If you're going to go this route and stay up at night wondering about people not coming in or hiring is like a lot of your job when you're in the warehouse area. There's a gentleman in our group in the media category on Amazon that has 47 employees. He better be making a lot of money, otherwise that's not worth that amount of effort. So let me know in the comment section below, guys. Are you working at home right now and desire to be a little bit larger, moving to the garage, moving to the storage unit, maybe having one person help you? And those of you that say, I never want anybody helping me, do you never want to go on vacation? Do you never want to scale to the point where you could take a break? Because I feel like this at-home stage 1, when you take a break, your income takes a break. eBay does not continue to list for you. You have to do all the work yourself, everything by yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. As you guys know, in our mentorship group at patreon.com/resellers-podcast, Tech stayed at this level until he was at 160 items per day, doing every single thing by himself and keeping this ridiculous profit margin. So let's say you do stage 1 or stage 2 for a while and you get a couple $1 million you've saved up for reselling for 10 to 20 years. Do you want to move that to something a little bit more passive like real estate or different kinds of businesses versus going to stage 3, taking on this huge amount of overhead? Because right now I'm looking at warehouses that are between $4,000 and $10,000 per month, and each employee is going to cost me $5,000 to $7,000 per month after employees, benefits, all that good stuff. So do I really want to make this jump from where it just costs, you know, $4,000 to $10,000 a month to run to $20,000 to $30,000 a month to run? It's just up to your level of comfort. So again, let me know in the comment section below. Do you want to stay at stage 1, do everything by yourself, don't sell a lot of items and make a lot of money per item? Do you want to be at stage 2 with a little bit of help, nothing in your home, so you have peace of mind, so you're at least exiting your house and going to the garage or storage unit or maybe a shed? Maybe working with some contractors so you can take some time off. I recommend at least 2 weeks off per year. Or do you want to go stage 3, big honcho, make millions of dollars a year? Let me know in the comment section below what your goal is. But for me, I might call it quits. I might just get the $30,000 a month profit and then do something else with my time. Appreciate you guys. Make progress daily.